Assalamu alaikum students. Now this video I am preparing for you for the revision of pure mathematics end of term 1 final exam. So you can see here a revision pack is shown. All of you have the revision pack. So inshallah I will try to solve all the questions from the revision pack on pure mathematics. Mm, Before that, I want to make sure everyone knows what is MF19 formulae. MF19 formulae for the Cambridge students. This is the formula booklet which will be provided to the students in the Cambridge final exams. So, what I have done for you guys at the end of the exam, you will find MF19 formulae which are related to your exam. So, in mechanics, we can provide you only the set of four equations of motion when the body is moving with constant acceleration. In pure mathematics, these are the basic IGCSE formulas, and in algebra, you guys can get only the quadratic formula, which you already know about it. Arithmetic sequence, we didn't do it up till now. Geometric sequences, we didn't do up till now. We did binomial series, and this binomial expansion formula is, this concept is included in the study list, and you can see a plus b whole power n, where n is a positive integer, and this is NC1, NC2, NC3. Inshallah, in the series of this videos for the revision process, I will explain to you the binomial expansion in detail. This thing is not related to you. Inshallah, binomial series will be explained to you in A2, this formula. But binomial expansion for the positive integers will be explained it to you in these revision sessions. In this part, I will try to cover functions and transformation. Very, very important chapter. You guys can see the function is given, and he said you may sketch the graph, or without sketching it, you can give the range of the functions. However, the domain is provided with every function. This is the must with the examiner. Whenever he gives you a function, he provides you the domain of the function. The set of input values of the functions must be provided to you. So the domain, when he says R, it means it is set of real numbers. Set of real numbers, since it is domain, and domain is always shown on the x-axis. These two arrows on the right and the left is saying that I'm gonna take all values of x, because the domain is the set of real numbers. So all positive numbers, 0, and all negative numbers can be used as an input for this function. Clear? Now, the function which is given to me, it is like this. I may write it in this form: f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. My input is x and my output is 2x plus 1. If I have input 1, I can substitute in the place of x1 to get my output. So input is 1 and output is 3. I want to see, if I give all the real values as input, what could be the output seen by me. For this, I can draw the sketch. It's a linear function because the maximum power of x is 1. It's a linear function. When I draw it, I will get a line. In order to sketch any function, I would suggest you must be familiar with one of the most important feature of a calculator. You press menu and go to the table. In the table mod, you just write the function which is given to you, 2x plus 1, and ignore the second function. Then calculator will ask you what is your first input value. Since I have all the real numbers, so I need to use some reasonable values. Suppose I'm taking a negative 2 is my starter, and I'm stopping at 5, and then calculator was asking me my step. What was my step? My step was 1. Yani at a, at a distance of 1 unit, give me another output. Suppose my input is 1. I'm starting from minus 2. Calculator will give me an output. Now calculator is asking you what is the step, what is the next input automatically the calculator will take. So I'm giving a step of 1. So now calculator understands that it will take by default minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. But if my step is 2, now calculator will take a jump of 2 units, and then at 0 it will give you the output, at 2 it will give you the output, at 4 it will give you the output. I think you guys well understand how these three important points before we take the input and output table. Starter is minus 2, end is 5, and step is 1. I just need to press equal sign. I got the output set. Now my output set in front of you guys is this. I have here at minus 2 I'm getting minus 3. At minus 2, suppose this is minus 1. At minus 1, and this is minus 2. At minus 2 the output is negative 3, so this is negative 3. At minus 1 I'm getting negative 1. At 0 I'm getting 1, suppose. So what will happen when I plot all the points? I'll get a straight line. Let me draw the straight line. Suppose I'll get a straight line. So these are all those dots which I have found, and I have drawn a straight line passing through all these points which I have seen in this table. I need to put arrow, which is very, very important because my x-axis, my domain is, um, you know, increasing without bounds on the positive x-axis and on the negative x-axis. So it means my y-axis is also going up without bounds, upward and downward. So this is the must for the student to show the arrows. So what I can say now, my domain is set of real numbers. So my range will also be set of real numbers. Why? Because for every value of x, I will get an output. Every value. Any value of x from here, you get an output. I hope it clears to you. Range mean how much y-axis is consumed. How much y-axis will come for the set of inputs which are provided to you. So what do you do now? You can say, Mr. Omar, I have drawn a line arrow. So this arrow means it is going up. The up means all the positive values of x, y, and this arrow means it is going down. So the range of this function, I will say f of x. Just simply range is set of real numbers, or you can call it as f of x belongs to the set of real numbers. Or you can say that your f of x is between minus infinity and plus infinity because no one can reach to infinity. But if you see the marking scheme, the examiner will use this way. If a student doesn't want to write like this, he will say that set of real numbers. That is your range. Next is a quadratic function. We all remember the quadratic function from chapter number 1. It is a parabola. So the range, the domain is minus 3 to 3. Let me change my function on the calculator. I'm going to write x squared minus 4. My starter is, look, this is my start, minus 3. This is my start. You may stop me, Mr. Omar. Minus 3 is not included. Did I put equal sign here? I know. Minus 3 is not included, but I need to start from minus 3. I'll tell you how we can sort it out. Minus 3 is my starter. My ending is at 3. Okay. And my step is 1. Yani from minus 3 to minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. It looks reasonable to take a step of 1. Now, can I plot these points? Minus 3 is giving me 5, suppose. Minus 2 is giving me 0. Minus 1 is giving me minus 3. Guys, I'm not scaling it because it's a sketch. 0 is giving me minus 4, then this, then this, then this. So I'm going to get a graph like this. I need to put an open circle here. I'll tell you why I put the open circles at the endpoints of the parabola, because you remember the guy did not use the equal sign. If he did not use the equal sign, it means the endpoints are not included. Yani minus 3, if you substitute it here, it gives you 5. But 5 is not the output included in this function. That's why in the exam, I need to understand that this 5 is not included in the y-axis range. What was my minimum value? That was minus 4, and that is included. So may I ask you, how much is your domain? This is your domain, and how much is your range? Your range is this much y-axis is consumed, but 5 is not included, 4 is included. So how do I write my range? My range is f of x is sandwiched between minus 4. Look, minus 4 is included and 5 is not included. So I will not write the equal sign here. So the strict inequality will be used less than 5. So all values of f of x, which are all values of the outputs, which are between minus 4 to 5, that is the range of this function. So imagine sketching is very helpful when the student is drawing when you do the sketching, it will be helpful for you to find the range of the functions. Let me go to another function. This is minus x cubed. What is the domain? Minus 2 start, minus 1 included, and I need to take the steps. So step of 1, let me go back. What is the range I have taken? Minus 2 till 1. Minus 2 gives you 8. Minus 2 gives you 8. And minus 1 gives you 1. Zero gives you 0. 1 gives you minus 1. Can you see the strict inequality here? So the 2 is not included here. So 8 is not included. Minus 2 is giving you 8, and the 8 is not included. What 1 gives you, you saw that 1 gives you minus 1. It was included. Now, all the values, when I draw this graph, I will see the complete values of f of x from minus 1 till 8 are consumed. But at 1 I was getting minus 1, at minus 2 I was getting 8. So my range is from minus 1 is included, but 8 is not included. Did you see? 8 is not included in this range, but this minus 1 was included. Next, x minus 3 whole squared. When you use the table, you will get the graph. Suppose this is, get the graph like this. He said greater than equals to 4. So, do we need to draw like this? The answer is no. We need to look at our domain. So, go back to the function, write bracket open, x minus 3 bracket close whole squared, starting from 4, ending at 10, suppose, step of 1. So 4 gives you 1, 4, this is 4, and 4 is included, 4 gives you 1, and 5 gives you 4, right? Where did you stop? 10 gives you 49. So 10 is, suppose, 10 is 49. So the graph is going up like that. So 10 is also included, but it is increasing without bounds. All values of x greater than 4. So it means all values all values of f of x, the outputs, they will start from 1 to infinity. So this is my range and this is my domain. What is the minimum value? 1. So I'm going to say that f of x should be greater than equals to 1 is the range of the function. And you need to put arrow here. Arrow means it goes forever up. Draw this function. 1 minus 2 x starting from 1 ending at 3, step of 1. 1 is minus 1, 1 is minus 1, 2 is minus 3, and 3 is minus 5. Did you see? The dome was from 1 to 3. This was my dome. And this is my range. When I draw the line, it's a line segment starting from 1, ending at 3. So how much y-axis was consumed, guys? I consumed the y-axis from minus 1 to minus 5 inclusively. So f of x is sandwiched between minus 1 to minus 5. That is the range of the function. Come to this case, I have a function, bracket open, x plus 1 bracket close squared, starting from all the values of x greater than equal to minus 1. So starting from minus 1, give any ending range 5, for example, step of 1. Minus 1 is giving you 0. Minus 1 is giving you 0. 0 is 1. 0 is 1. One is giving you 4. This is 1, this is giving you 4, and this was 1, and this is 0, so this is -1. Let's go up, guys. It's going up. 5 gives you 36. Can I draw the graph? Arrow is very important. You see, it increases without bounds, yani all the values of x which are bigger than -1. So from where your y-axis will go, your y-axis will start from 0 and go up. So what's my range? My range is all the values of f of x greater than equals to 0, because I'm consuming how much y-axis? The complete positive y-axis including the 0. That's the answer. Now let's move on to our question number 2. He gave you a function, basically a quadratic function. The dome is set of real numbers. It means a complete parabola. The rough sketch which comes to my mind, since the coefficient of x square is positive, the face of the parabola is facing upward. The second thing is very important, -18. So the graph will cut the y-axis. This is my y-axis. It will cut the y-axis at -18. So whenever the standard equation of the quadratics is given to you, it gives you two information, the shape, and the second thing is the y-intercept. The rest of the informations are lying into another form of a quadratic expression that is called completing the square form. Because completing the square form will tell you the most important point, which is called the vertex of the quadratic function or the parabola. Now, I want to give you a trick from the calculator. This trick, if you guys are using this Casio ClassWiz calculator, so there is a trick inside it. What is the trick? Go to the equation mod and polynomial, uh, degree 2. Enter all the coefficients and the constants into this calculator. The coefficient of x squared is 3, enter. The coefficient of x is 6, enter. The constant is -18, enter. Once you enter, you will get yani once you press the equal sign, it will give you the first x intercept, yani where the graph cuts the x-axis. Yani the graph cuts the x-axis at 1.64. And second press will tell you that where the graph cuts the x-axis at, again, the x-axis. So two x-intercepts will be found. You just ignore them. The third press of equal sign will give you the x-coordinate of the vertex. Can you imagine? I found the x-coordinate of the vertex. And the fourth press of equal sign can give you the y coordinate of the vertex. So this is -21. Imagine the calculator is giving you the vertex very quickly. Uh, Again, look at that. I wrote the quadratic expression, yani their coefficients and the constants, into the calculator. Then after that, I pressed the first yani equal sign. I got the first x-intercept, second x-intercept, or maybe the solution of the equation. The third one is telling you the value of x, which is the x coordinate -1, and the fourth press will give you -21. So this is my vertex. Clever students can easily write from the vertex, they can write the completed the square form. What is the completing the square form? I have the coefficient of x squared 3, so write 3 outside in the bracket under the square. If it is -1, change the sign, right here x plus 1. And the y coordinate, don't change the sign, just keep it here -21. So I'm just telling you that those students who cannot do completing the square form, they will not lose the marks, although the teacher will get so upset on them, they didn't show this working. But instead of leaving the question, they can write the answer directly. So the vertex is -1 and -21. Suppose I give you a vertex from a calculator, -4 and 7, and the coefficient of x square was 5. A was 5. I can write the completing the square form. So 5 bracket open close squared. What is this? -4. I'm going to write here x plus 4. And this is 7. I'm going to write here plus 7. So imagine from the vertex and from the coefficient of x square, I can generate the completing the square form. Now let's come to the method which your teacher has taught you in the class, how to convert any expression into the completing the square form. Oh, let me keep it here so that you can make the reference what I have found from our technique which I'm going to share with you now. The technique is this, and I have 3x squared plus 6x minus 18. The technique is this: if examiner asks you to write the completing the square form, whatever you see here, you just copy it outside. In the bracket, you write square. Done. Always x. What is the sign here we have? Plus. Okay. This number is plus 6 divided by 2. So 6, this is the rule. 6 divided by 2 is what? 3. Write it. Divided by the coefficient which you saw here. I'm going to share it so that you understand. This 3 has to be written here and this 3 has to be written here. Done? Can I simplify it? The answer is 1. Great. If this answer is 1, I'm going to write outside always minus whatever I see here, I put a square on it. Am I done? No. You wrote the 3 outside. Again, you need to multiply this 3. So 3 times you see the coefficient of x square is multiplied here, here, and here. Did I touch up till now minus 18? I need to copy minus 18. Now you have your calculators with you. Can you just simplify it? Once you simplify, it gives you minus 21, and this is x plus 1 whole squared and 3. Is it the same thing which I got it already from the calculator? Imagine. Guys, we did it. Now, what is the range? Beautiful thing is, because he gave you the dome set of real numbers. So when I draw the parabola, the minimum value on the y-axis, for example, the minimum value on the y-axis, I got it, my vertex was -1 minus 21. So this is -1 minus 21. So basically my parabola was like that. And I can see now how much y-axis was consumed, Yani, from here. The minimum value was -21. This is -21. So all the values of x, because my dome is set of real numbers. So what would be my range? My range is starting from the minimum value, which is -21. It goes up forever. It goes to the infinity. From -21 to infinity is the range. And how do I write it? I will write it. And even though the calculator tells you minimum, so it means -21 is the minimum value of y. So f of x is greater than equals to -21 is the range of the functions. Whenever I give you any quadratic function, and this quadratic function can give you two informations: shape, y-intercept. But once you convert it into completing the square form, Once you convert it into completing the square form, you can find very quickly the vertex. If A is positive, then this K is minimum because the parabola will be facing upward, minimum value of the function. And if A is negative, you will get the maximum value of the, this value of K represents the maximum value because the parabola will be facing down. And this is your max, and this is your min. So maximum or minimum is depending upon whatever you see in completing the square form standing outside. So plus K. So now we move on to the next part, which is question number 3. In question number 3, he gave you a function, but now the function is defined in piecewise situation. Why I use this word piecewise situation? Because the x-axis will be used in different ways. From -3 till 0, this domain, I'm talking about this domain, your function will be defined like this, which is 2x squared. And from 0 to 2, my function will be defined in a different way, which is this one. So let's do the table. 2x squared. Can I write the another function? Some students are asking, Mr. This calculator has two functions, so why? What's the purpose? So you can write the second function as well now. X cube plus 1, enter. Now starting range is, imagine your starter is from -3. And you will say, my ending is 0. No, 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 no. I know ending for this function is 0, but my end is 2. Step of 1. Did you see the two columns? Wow. So you can see at the same time the outputs of these values. So these inputs from -3 to 0, I will use these outputs. So at -3, I'm getting 18. And -3, I'm getting 18. At -2, I'm getting 8. -2, I'm getting 8. At -1, I'm getting 2. Okay. At 0, I'm getting 0. Wow. So can you imagine, guys, how much y-axis is consumed from 18 till 0? From 18 till 0, all the y, yani for this domain, the function is giving you values from 18 to 0. Yani 0 to 18 is covered. This is covered. Let's see the other function from 0 to 2 now. From 0 to 2, 1 to 9. 0 is giving you how much? 1. 0 is giving you 1. And 2, 1 is giving you 2. I'm talking about the second column. And 2 is giving you 9. This 2 is giving you 9. So 2 is giving you 9. So this is 9. So how much y-axis is consumed? In this case, y-axis is consumed from 1 to 9. Is it coming within the range before you calculated from 0 to 18? The answer is yes. So overall, how much y-axis was consumed? From 0 to 18. So my range is how much? My f of x is from 0 to 18. That's the point. So sometimes in piecewise function, the range of one part is a subset of the other set, other range, which you calculated from the other component of the piecewise function. So total, in general, how much y-axis consumed from 0 to 18. You can write it over there. Clear? Now let's move on to the question number 4. These are composition of functions. F of g of x. F of g of x means throwing g in f, or writing f of x function. You know, guys, when I write f of x is equal to 2x minus 1, so in the place of x, I can write anything. In the place of x, I can write g of x. Imagine. Wow. In the place of x, I can substitute g of x. And this is called composition of functions. So g will be used in as an input for the function f of x. So I want to hear from you that, Mr. Omar, in this case, f of g of x means g of x will be used as an input of f. So what is my f? My f is 2. In the place of x, leave the bracket open and close, minus 1, because in the place of x, I need to use the output of g of x. So here I need to write g of x. What is my g of x? My g of x is x squared plus 1. Open the brackets. So 2x squared plus 2 minus 1. The answer is 2x squared plus 1. I want to find h of f of x in the b part. Now throw f in h, yani f of x will be used as the input of h. How the h is defined? H is defined as 1 minus x. So in the place of x, I will leave open, yani bracket open and close, and here I have to substitute f of x. So if I have to write f of x, so what is my f of x? Let me write it here. This is equals to 2x minus 1. Outside we have a minus sign. It will change their signs. So I'm going to write 1 minus 2x and plus 1. So the answer is 2 minus 2x. Next thing is h of g of minus 1. Wow. Why not I can find the g of minus 1 first? G of minus 1 is minus 1 whole squared plus 1. Everyone remembers minus 1 whole squared is not minus 1, since it is an even power and minus sign will finish. Minus 1 whole squared is 1. 1 plus 1, it is 2. So now it means g of minus 1 is equals to g of minus 1 is equal to 2. So I want to find h of 2. So what is h of 2? It is 1 minus, in the place of x I will put 2, and the answer will be minus 1. G of f of 2. Why not I can calculate f of 2 first? F of 2 is 2, 2 minus 1, which is 4 minus 1. The answer is 3. So in place of f of 2, I need to write g of 3, which is, what is g? So 3 squared plus 1. So 9 plus 1, the answer is 10. Next question. We need to solve this equation and trying to find values, not values. So you need to get more than one value. Let's see what happens. What is f of x? F of x is 3 minus x. What is g of h of x? So throw h in the place of x here in g function's output. So bracket open close, squared minus 19, and here I'm going to write x minus 2. Wow. Can I write this bracket 2 times minus 19. So 3 minus x is equal to x squared minus 2x plus 4 minus 19. I hope everyone knows x times x and x times minus 2 times x, and minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4, not minus 4. Okay, so 3 minus x is equal to x squared minus 4x, and plus 4 minus 19 is obviously minus 15. And then send both of them to the right hand side. 0 is equals to x squared minus 4x minus 15, plus 3 changes to minus 3, and minus x changes to plus 4. Can I simplify? Minus 4x plus x gives you how much? X squared minus 3x, and minus 15 minus 3 is minus 18. Now let's go to the calculator and go to the equation mod, quadratic equation, press 2, enter 1. The coefficient of x squared is 1, enter. A coefficient of x is negative 3, enter. Constant is negative 18, enter. What's the first answer? 6. X is equals to 6. And the second answer is x is equals to minus 3. In order to save your marks so that the examiner doesn't cut your marks, so can you convert your answers into the factor form? So x minus 6 and x plus 3 equals to 0. Uh, didn't I mention examiner says find the values of x? So here are the two values of x we have found. Next question. He gave us a linear function f. He gave us a quadratic function g, where a and b are constants. He gave us two conditions, and he said, can you find a and b? So it's better to draw the line here, and I'm gonna simplify f of g of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 here, and g of f of minus 1 is equal to minus 1 here. What is the first thing I'm going to find? G of minus 1. So let the f2 wait, and I'm going to evaluate g of minus 1. So g of minus 1, guys, be careful. In the place of x, I need to do this. Minus 1 whole squared plus a minus 1 plus b. Okay, this answer is what? Don't say minus 1. It is 1. Okay, a times minus 1 is minus a plus b. Wow, we calculated this one. Can I write it here? 1 minus a plus b is equals to minus 1. Now apply it in f. F is a minus x. A minus bracket open close is equals to minus 1. So in the bracket, I'm going to copy this thing. 1 minus a plus b, open the bracket, a minus 1. Guys, I will change the signs. Be careful. Minus 1 minus a becomes plus a, minus plus b becomes minus b is equal to minus 1. So a plus a is 2a minus b. Hina, can I cancel minus 1 with minus 1? This is 0. So I got one equation. It seems like I'm going to get simultaneous equations in a and b. Okay, no worries. Let's go to the second one. F of minus 1. Wow. What is f of minus 1? F of minus 1 means I need to substitute minus 1 in the place of x in function f of x. X is minus 1. Minus 1, it becomes plus 1. So I'm going to write here a plus 1 is equal to minus 1. Now, function g. I know that this is g function. In the place of x, I need to write bracket open, close, squared, plus a, bracket open, close, plus b is equals to minus 1. And what I'm going to write here in the brackets, a plus 1. Open the brackets. Can I write these brackets two times? And here I open the brackets. So a squared plus a plus b is equal to minus 1. A times a squared plus a plus a plus 1 plus a squared plus a plus b minus 1. A squared plus a squared is 2a squared. A plus a is 3a. And b, can I send the 1 to the other side? So minus 1 minus 1. So 2a squared plus 3a plus b is equal to minus 2. Oh, bad luck. This is linear, this is quadratic. So now substitution is the only way to solve the question. So 2a is equals to b. Can I substitute here in the place of b 2a? So I'm going to solve it now. 2a squared plus 3a. In the place of b, I'm going to write 2a is equal to minus 2. 2a squared looks like I'm going to get a quadratic equation. Wow. So quadratic equation, coefficient of a square is 2, enter. Coefficient of a is 5, enter. 2, enter. What's the first answer? Minus half. So a is equals to minus half, and the second value of a is giving to you minus 2. Can I plug these values one by one here to get the value of b? So b will be what? B is twice of minus half, which is minus 1. And it tells you b is equal to twice of the number here, minus 2. So b is equal to minus 4. So what are the answers? For this value of a, I got this value. And for the value of a minus 2, I got minus 4. So two pairs I'm going to get. Next, this is a past paper question. He gave you a linear function and he gives you a pair of input output. I'm going to find the values of a and b. Again, I draw the line here. So f of 2 is equal to 1 and f of 5 is equals to 7. F of 2, 2a plus b is equal to 1, and this gives you 5a plus b is equal to 7. Can I solve them simultaneously? We have a calculator. I'll use both ways. First, let me go to the equation, menu, equation, simultaneous, degree unknowns 2, coefficient of a is 2, enter. Coefficient of b is 1, enter. The constant on the other side is 1, enter. The coefficient of a is 5, enter. The coefficient of b is 1, enter. The constant on the other 7, enter. Once you enter all the values, now the next press will give you the value of a. A is 2 and b is minus 3. Wow, the calculator is very helpful, but you have to show the steps to the examiner. So can I copy here 5a plus b is equal to 7? Everyone remembers I'm going to multiply this equation with a minus sign, minus 1 sign. So 5a becomes minus 5a, plus b becomes minus b, plus 7 becomes minus 7. Now plus b cancel with minus b. So 2a minus 5a is minus 3a, plus 1 minus 7 is minus 6, minus cancel with minus. So a is equal to 6 over 3, which is a is equal to 2. Wow, we already got this answer from here. And now you can do the substitution. 5, a is what? 2, we got it. Plus b is equal to 7, 10 plus b is equal to 7, and b is equals to minus 3. We already got it. So in the exam, you may use equation solver or simultaneous equations, but you have to show your working since the examiner has put 3 marks for it.